Welcome everyone. This is Zozo Stockwatch from Twitter, and I'm also on StockTwits. And let's get ready to look at some stocks for our watch list for Monday, the 15th of May. And as you can see, the futures are up slightly. The Dow futures up 13, and the ES up about a point, and the Nasdaq futures up 3. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. The only thing I wanted to mention was that we have North Korea confirms it successfully launched a new type of intermediate range ballistic missile. So that might weigh on the market at some point tomorrow, but that happened, I guess, Saturday. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, let's get right into the watch list for tomorrow. And first one up is AUPH. Nice daily setting up here under $8. We have a high from Friday of 776, so maybe 785 might send this higher on AUPH. We're holding above the fast moving averages, and we're also above the 50 SMA, this blue line right here on AUPH. BASI, not as much volume as I would like to see, but we do have a level here that we're trying to get up across. It's that 175, 176 area on BASI. Would like to see more volume in the name, but if it clears this 175, 176, could give a continuation move on BASI. CENX. This is a aluminum company, and you see it's been basing here around this $12 area. We are back above the 50 SMA blue line here. We have a high of 1357, so maybe if it can clear that 1360 area, we might get a continuation move. Had 1.7 million shares on CENX on Friday. CPRX, nice candle, closing candle there, perhaps over this $2 mark on this one on CPRX. Would like to see some higher volume in the name. CYCC had a pop on Friday, has a high of 590, but we closed at 537. So this one I'll have to watch on an intraday chart, but could get interesting if we can get back over that 550 level and maybe a possible continuation move on CYCC. Next one up is EC, and we're trying to break this $10 area. You see back here, you know, we have a high of 1005. And let's see what this one is. We have a high of 1001. So watch this EC. It's an oil name, oil and gas name, but keep an eye over that 1005 spot for EC. ECYT. This one is coming up to the 300 moving average, and possible $3 break. Had 1.4 million shares on Friday. Maybe it needs to consolidate a bit at the 275, 270 area, but keep this one on watch. Might get interesting for the week ahead. Etsy has takeover rumors around it, so that's why this one's on watch. Had 3.6 million shares traded on Friday. Not an impressive daily chart, but you know, with the rumors circulating around this name, you know, might give a nice trade. FBIO trying to break this $4 level. Would like to have seen more shares on Friday, but it was a higher volume bar than the preceding days. So FBIO, watch for that break. Had a high Friday 405. So we'll see if this maybe you know, 406, 407, 410, you know, on this FBIO. Now there's a lot of hacking news this weekend, and I mentioned it in the previous video I did. Let's get ready for the week ahead, so you can check out that video on my channel. But I'm looking for this one maybe to take out 1490, and maybe we get this 15 break on FireEye, FEYE. So keep this one on your watch with all the hacking, the ransom hack and whatnot news. FNJN, same reason. You know, this is cybersecurity stock, I believe. If I looked it up right, it has a high of 270. We closed at 259. Maybe 265 is enough, or wait for the 270 break. 2.7 million shares came into the name on Friday on FNJN. So interesting name. FTNT, another cyber name. And I would like this to clear the 10 SMA. This is that light blue line right here. And that number on that is 39.35. So if we can get over 39.35, 39.40, we might get some, movement with all the cyber hacking news. GERN had a pop on Friday for almost 5 million shares Friday. And we have a high of near that $3 level. We're getting over my 400 moving averages, so we're clearing resistance. We had a pop back here, and that was around $3.13. And we had a high on Friday of $2.99, so maybe 305 might get this GERN going. So keep your eye on GERN. I'm keeping a gold stock, silver stock and a gold stock I think I have on watch. Keep an eye on this one, maybe over 590 if gold can get going. So we'll see some of these mining companies, gold mining companies like in the GDX and the GDXJ, we're pushing up this week. So this might make a continuation move on HL. IDXG, lousy looking daily. But if you, well, I'll just do it on here. If you look at the pre and post market, I believe they posted earnings. Was it on Friday? Don't quote me on that. But they did have a pop on Friday after hours on IDXG. So this one will be on watch for that reason. But the daily, not looking too hot, but we'll see what that one wants to do. IONS had a high on Friday of 47.63. We're at 47.08. So this one I'll have to watch for an intraday setup and see what they want to do with this. If they move up the IBB, this might be one to move up the biotech names. KGJI. On this one, we're looking for a break of that 190 spot, and maybe we get a $2 continuation move. So I'll be watching this. The shares were a little light on Friday as opposed to Thursday, but we'll see if this can maybe break this 190 and possible $2 area. LABU, if this is a 3 times ETF, play this intraday only. Okay, be very careful with this thing, can be very volatile. If it can take out the highs on Friday, it's 48.86. So I'm thinking 48.90. Maybe we get the $50 break. And once again, this is connected with the IBB. So if the IBB can get going, keep your eye on LABU. LAVS, this one trying to break that 59 spot. If it can clear that 59.14, this one might get going. Possible, swing trade in this name. And so keep your eye on that one. MGM basing under the highs here on the daily chart. And we have a high from Wednesday of 31.29. We're at 31.15. So if we can clear that 31.30, back in April, we had a high of 31.15 also. Make sure I was on the right candle there. Oh, sorry, 31.32. So if we can get over maybe that 31.30 area, this might give a continuation move. If you want to try it a little bit earlier, 31.25-ish on MGM. So keep your eye on that one. NADL, struggling here at the 200. Not a favorite chart, but if oil gets going again, this NADL might get going also. So keep your eye on this. If it can clear, that 200 SMA, which is currently at 282. We're at 258. So if you can get over that 285 area on NADL. Next one up is NK. Big volume came into the name on Friday. 1.3 million shares. Possible $4 break. Would like a little pause before it breaks that $4. And keep this one on watch on NK. NVAX. This had an insider purchase. And so we're looking for maybe a continuation move. 17.8 million shares traded in the name. Had a high on Friday of 105. So we're looking for maybe that 108 break, but you have some moving averages in the way on the name, but I don't think that really matters too much with these smaller names. So keep your eye on that one if you can get an intraday setup. OCUL has a high on Friday of 988, excuse me, 988. So we're looking for it to take out that 988. We do have the 400, which was resistance. Or if you don't like the 400, we could say that it has a high of 1037 resistance spot here. So just keep that in mind on OCUL bio name. Pandora is on the chart because it also has takeover rumors swirling about. So we'll see if this one wants to make a continuation move. 19 million shares traded on Pandora. And also Spotify was talking that they're going to have their IPO, IPO come out on 2017, beginning 2018, I believe the information was. Check me on that. So Pandora will be on watch. All right. And, obviously we're looking for that $10 break on Pandora. PLSE had a nice volume candle on Friday. Not as high as I'd like, but it did pop. Solid candle here. Has a high of 26.39, so maybe over 26.45, 26.40 for a possible continuation on PLSE. PRTY, takeover rumors around this one too on PRTY. So just keep that in mind. They're rumors, they're not confirmed. So you might get some kind of move in this PRTY. But if you just looked at it on the daily, not a favorite setup. RN, a lot of people on social media watching this one. We got the 450 pop and then it faded back, 2.3 million. So we'll see how this one sets up on an intraday chart. SGMO, big pop up to the 850 area on SGMO. We're looking for maybe a pullback in this name, maybe a red to green on Monday or Tuesday, or some consolidation in the name on SGMO. 11.4 million shares traded Friday. So keep that one on watch. SGYP, big pop, 8 million shares. Coming out of this wedge here, right? Bottoming wedge. Has a high of 438, maybe 440 is enough. Just know that you have this 450 spot here. That's just a natural resistance point. Any number like 50, 25, round number like 4, and 0.75, 0.25, and of course the 50 SMA is right here. So I don't know how much this will have in it, but it did pop with big volume on Friday. SLW, just because the metal names were getting some buying, 5 million shares on Friday. So we'll see if this can get a possible continuation move, maybe over 2070, 2075 on the name of SLW. That's Silver Wheaton. Snap, who's in it, who's not in it. Tilson's in it, he's not in it. I forget, there's so many names mentioned that are in the stock, selling the stock, but it could give nice intraday trades on SNAP. Barron's came out with an article over the weekend. Actually, I think it was on the cover. They hate Snap. And remember when they did that to Facebook? They said they hated Facebook, and the thing, has never looked back. So keep your eye on Snap, for a possible, continuation move. Next one up is SPWH. And we had a high here on SPWH of 520, maybe 525 is enough for an intraday trade, 1.7 million on the name. So keep that in mind. SRPT has been basing on the 50 SMA. Let me open this up. Blue line right here. You see all these wicks, shadows, wicks, bottoming candles holding the 50 around this 32 area. So let's see if we can get a continuation move now up over the high at 34.75, acting as resistance. The 200 SMA is 34.63. So, we have to get at least up over 34.63, but I would wait until it clears that 34.75 spot, in my opinion, and see if you can get a continuation. TCOO, big volume on Friday, 4 million shares, came all the way up to this 450 spot. And so we're looking to see if we can get an intraday move on the TCOO. and it's above all the moving averages now, with with like a little consolidation. See if we can get back over maybe this $3 spot right here, and maybe a possible continuation move. Keep that one on watch. Tier, big volume on Friday, over 1 million shares, and had a high of 330. We're at 254, maybe 270. 265. Might get this one going again on tier, or maybe this is, I believe they have earnings. Yep, they have earnings coming out after the bell on Monday, TEAR. So this might be in play, up until Monday after hours. TGTX, nice candle above the moving averages. Nice looking chart. Maybe if we can break that $12 area on TGTX, might get a possible continuation move on the name. TRXX, TROX. Looks like we have a high here of 1864. Maybe 1870 is enough. Let me just see what this candle is right here. 1885. So if we can take out 1875 for 1885 break on TRGX, I'm sorry, TROX, excuse me, TROX TROX, we could get a continuation move. And this is a chemical name, so this could get interesting. And let me just check my 15-minute chart on the name. Let me go to 30. Okay, so we're up here at the highs. Let me check out a 60-minute chart. Okay, so on the 60-minute chart, we have a high of that 1884. So definitely, keep this one on watch. If you want to try it a little bit earlier, like I said, over 1870, watch that 1884, 1885 spot on TROX. VHI, some volume, biggest volume candle on Friday. So there might be something up here if we can get over that 375, 380 area on VHI, and it's another chemical name. So TROX, chemical name, and VHI, chemical, sector. All right, keep an eye on that. ZIOP, volume over 5 million shares on Friday, but as you can see, we're up at my 400 EMA. That's the purple dotted. The solid dotted is the 400 SMA. The 50 is the blue, and then you see this dotted orange line. That's the 150. The solid orange line is the 300. The white is the 100. And the green is the 200 SMA, and those are all listed right here for you. Light blue is the 10 SMA. So watching this one over maybe 750 on ZIOP, see if it wants to get going, but it has a lot of topping candles here at one at 788 and another one here in the 780 area. So one to keep on watch with that volume on Friday on ZIOP. All right, this has been Zozo Trader. Thank you very much for listening. You can catch me on Twitter or StockTwits under Zozo Stockwatch. I'm so used to my older name. Zozo Stockwatch. X on the Zozo Trader. It's Zozo Stockwatch. You can catch me on Twitter or StockTwits. Another quick look at the futures. Holding in there. It's early in the session, so we'll see what they want to do. And just before I go, in case you didn't watch the other video, we went through, the SPY, the IWM, etc. And you see the SPY is, still holding below that 240, but no real damage yet done to the SPY. The IWM has been the weaker market. The Qs are just, sailing along with Amazon, Netflix, Tesla, Apple, Google, etc., all providing leadership, Facebook. So that's my stocks to watch. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did like the video, please hit that subscribe button down at the bottom. Hit the like button, retweet it. So trying to help you guys out, putting together a watch list, and keep your eye on those cybersecurity names. Thank you very much for listening. This has been Zozo Stockwatch, and see you around social media. Take care.